Hello and welcome to Silverstone, home of British motor racing, and we are here for the very first weekend of British motorsport in 2021. Boy, does it feel good to be back. We return here with the Britcar Endurance competition. So many incredible cars and incredible drivers on the circuit here at Silverstone this weekend. We've got loads to come on the show. Before that though, let's meet some of our star drivers. Here's our driver of the week.
My name's Charlotte Birch, I'm 18 and I'm racing the Freesports G40 in this year's Britcar Trophy for Blue Lizard Signs and Motorsport Women. Yes, I was 14 when I first raced. So my dad got me into racing. He bought me a young driver experience at Brands Hatch. I just saw like the behind the scenes of the race weekend and I was like, wow, this is really something I want to do. I'm definitely looking for some podiums. Going for the championship title again this year. Hopefully we'll get rid of a shout. There's no reason why girls shouldn't have all the opportunities that other guys have in motorsport. When you're walking around the paddock and people look at me and they think, oh, she's a young girl, she won't know what she's doing, and you go out there and you prove what you can do, it just sort of makes it feel a little bit better.
Is it empowering in that way, do you think?
Definitely empowering, yeah.
Well, the anticipation here in the pits is palpable. Cars are currently out on track on their parade lap. It's about time to get going then for our first race of the morning with the Britcar Endurance Trophy. It's over to commentator Dave Goddard.
Simon Baker on pole in the BMW 1 Series M Coupe, alongside Jasvir Sapra in the grey M3. Watch that car fly when Lucky Kira gets on board, although Jasvir Sapra's no mean racing driver either. He is very quick in that BMW. Mark Lee on the second row, alongside Andy Stocco. I'm really looking forward to this. Of course, we do it all again at the end of the programme as well, with the second 50-minute race, with the pit penalties for the top three in each class. Pick your cars to follow, viewers. Simon Baker and Jasvir Sapra on the front row of the grid in their BMWs. The pace car has pulled into the pit lane. 50 minutes of Britcar Endurance Championship trophy class action about to get underway, waiting for those red lights to go out on the gantry. The revs begin to rise, and here we go. Away they go down towards Abbey for the first time. This fantastic near 40 car field gets underway. Simon Baker and Jasvir Sapra lead them into that first corner. Clio's fighting it out among themselves a little further back, and it's Jasvir Sapra who's got the early lead ahead of Clark, trying to get round the outside. The Team Brit BMW, great start by Matty Street. He could get second place here as they come through the complex. He's up on the outside and he has got second place. Another BMW, Andy Stoker up there on the outside. Then it's Mark Lee, then Tony Prendergast. Oh, there's been some contact already. That's Matt Evans in the Scirocco with a lot of damage. There's damage to the Golf as well of, I think that's Stephen Chandler. There's been some contact in the pack already, but look at the lead Jasvir Sapra has got. He is shot away by several car lengths. Matty Street in second place, Baker third, then Lee and Stocco. The rest of the pack all away. Well, now, who else has got damage? We'll try and see what Matt Evans, number 77 in the Scirocco, has hit there. As Jasvir Sapra will lead them round the first lap. Lucky Kira, very successful GT racer, the current Ferrari Challenge UK champion, who will take over that car at the pit stops. Matty Street under fire from Mark Lee, who's got through into third place. Trying to fight back is Simon Baker in the BMW he shares with Kevin Clark. Then it's Andy Stocco, Prendergast in sixth with his Scirocco. Kester Cook in his Fiesta is up into seventh position. Then it's Peter Spano with his Ginetta in eighth position. They file their way through the complex. Well, damage to Stephen Chandler's Golf there, but it hasn't slowed him down. He's missing some front bodywork. Still there in the top 10. With Beckett's they come then. There is Chandler. Look at the state of that Golf. Then we've got Peter Spano in number 2. Behind them it is the number 75, the blue BMW. That is Dave Cox. Side by side for second place. There's yellow flags out at Stowe and the safety car is coming out. We'll have a safety car then, so drivers to form up and follow the safety car, no overtaking. As we've got somebody stranded somewhere on circuit. I'm wondering if that might be Matt Evans' Scirocco, or maybe some debris from it. We saw a lot of damage to the front of that car. Obviously a contretemps in the pack. Now, who hasn't come through on the first lap? Matt Evans made it back to the pit lane, number 77. We have lost Simon Carer's BMW, number 50. We've also lost number 17, Kieran Griffin, and number 31, Paul De Hadre, both in VW Sciroccos. So not a good start for the VW brigade. 3 of them in trouble. Well, 4 if you count the Golf of Stephen Chandler with damage there. And the light is out atop the safety car, so we will be going green flag this time by. Looks like we are going to go racing this time. I saw the light go out there down the straights. 39 minutes on the clock. It's 50 minutes Britcar Trophy race. There's the white BMW Z4. Number 85. 34 is Alistair Lindsay, the ex-Golf racer, now in Seat Leon. Pace starting to quicken once again. We are back underway. And Matty Street making a challenge for the lead. He goes through down the inside super. But look at Simon Baker around the outside of both of them. Brilliant from Simon Baker. Charges from third place into the lead. He caught the other BMWs napping there into Abbey. Jasper Sapra fights back. Street's gone back to third place. Matty Street's gone from second to third, and second to first and back to third again in the space of one corner. Mark Lee in fourth place in the Ginetta. Fifth is Andy Stocco in the number 7. That's Prendergast and Cook. Stephen Chandler in the Golf in 8th place leads Class 2. Here they come then onto the hanger straight, and Simon Baker using the grunt of that BMW 1 Series M Coupe to retake the lead, the pole sitter in this race, chased by number 40 of Jasper Sapra. It's BMW's 1, 2, 3 with Matty Street and the Team Brit M2 in third place. Bit of debris there goes flying. That might have been from Mark Lee's Ginetta, unless he just kicked it up off the track. Leaders coming down towards the Vale, and Jasper Sapra wants his lead back again. Ambushed as the restart took place there by the BMWs behind him. Great restart by Matty Street, but then Simon Baker nipped round the outside of both of them. Sapra to the inside, retakes the lead through Club Corner. This is a 50-minute pit stop race, guys, not a 10-minute sprint. They're treating it like a 10-minute sprint, though. Mark Lee has come through into third in the Ginetta now. They're just eager to get racing, aren't they, after the safety car. Street goes down to fourth. Andy Stocco in behind him in the blue and Dayglow number 7. Then it's number 5, Tony Prendergast, the first of the Sciroccos. Wants a piece of this as well. Jasper Sapra leads from Simon Baker. Mark Lee closing in the Ginetta. Prendergast to the inside. Kester Cook locks up in the Fiesta. This is great stuff. As I said, you wouldn't believe it's an endurance race over 50 minutes as Mark Lee to the inside. He wants second place. Andy Stocco's lost out to Prendergast, the ex-VW Racing Cup driver in the Scirocco. Okay, Sapra from Baker. As I draw breath, Mark Lee in third place, then Matty Street in the 70. Began his career in a BMW 1 Series hatchback, goes to the inside. He's trying to take third place away. Prendergast on the inside, so is Cook trying to take Andy Stocco. There's the Class 2 leading Golf of number 35, Stephen Chandler. Front end still hanging together just about after contact on the opening lap. Here's a battle a little further back. 75 Dave Cox in his BMW. That's the WEC Motorsport car. Shares that car with George Haynes. He leads Richard Higgins in his Porsche 996. That's a Class 2 car, the County Classics run car. Prendergast still ahead of the number 7 of Andy Stocco. Shares that car with Dave McDonald. Here are the leaders: Sapra, Baker, Lee, Streets, then Prendergast. Pit window not yet open. Challenge on here for the lead. Simon Baker all over the back of Jasper Sapra as they go into Abbey, and at the outside comes Mark Lee. Can the Ginetta split the BMWs here as they head into Farm, then towards Village? I think he's done it. Yes, he has. Good move by Mark Lee into second place, and he's going for the lead. Great fight between these three as we count down towards the pit window opening. I would imagine Jasper Sapra, well, I was going to say he might be in fairly early to hand over to Lucky Kera, but the way he's going at the moment, he might want to stay out there and keep fighting for the lead. Mark Lee driving solo in the Ginetta. Here comes Baker, moves to the inside towards Stoke Order. He wants to retake second place. That BMW 1 Series M Coupe has got so much straight line speed, but Mark Lee cuts him off into Stowe corner, holds the place. Matty Street looking on in 4th place in the Team Brits. BMW lead to the inside at Vale. Is he going to get him on the brakes? Yes, good move by Mark Lee in the Ginetta, back up into 2nd place. Great fight going on here, but this is allowing Jasveer Sapra to get a bit of breathing space at the front. Looking back into the classes, Chandler and Stokes still lead Richard Higgins in Class 2. The Woodards in the BMW Mini 3rd in Class 2. Spires and Gerhardt still lead the Clios as Baker back up the inside retakes 2nd place into Abbey. These two are loving this. Fighting it out for 2nd place behind Jasveer Sapra. Clios, it's the Colburns in 2nd place, the Thompsons in 3rd. It is fairly close in the Clio category. In fact, a couple of seconds covering those three. For 11th, 12th and 13th overall. Class 3 is being led by the Griffiths and Vinyl Meyer Ginetta G20, the little open top car. Steve Griffiths at the wheel. Number 46, the Golf of Robert Taylor, is in 2nd place in Class 3, and the Cook family, number 83 in their Honda Civic, in 3rd in Class 3 further back. Just under half an hour of this race to go. Your leader is Jasveer Sapra. Good battle here in the Clios. 62, that is Ben Colburn. He's just taken the lead of the class. We said it was close between those two. He's just taken Anton Spires. They've got up into the top 10 overall now. They've got ahead of Dave Cox's BMW. First car to come into the pits is Tony Prendergast. The number 5 Volkswagen is in. Mark Lee continues to set the pace. There's Rob Taylor, the number 46 VW Golf. He'll hand that car over at the stop to Mark Jones. Behind him, Alistair Lindsay in the Seat Leon. 24 minutes of this race to go. So we're past half distance. Only a few cars have called into the pits so far. 2 Clios came in together, Anton Spires and Ben Colburn. Ben handing over to his brother James. Darren Gerhardt will take over the number 4. Leader coming up to lap the Ferrari of Chris Goddard. I had been told that Richard Dougal was going to take over that car, but it's showing as just Chris Goddard on the timing screen. Alistair Lindsay at the inside there takes Rob Taylor, and up behind them is the 85 BMW. It's getting busy there. It's Ollie Smith, the reigning trophy champion. There he is, he's got past the Golf. 41 in behind them is the Thompson Clio. Oh, a spin for Ollie Smith, the reigning champion. I said it was getting a bit busy in there, and Ollie was caught out there coming through Beckett's. Too many cars in too small a space, and the BMW Z4 spun. There's Matty Streets, number 70, I think that is there. Yes, it is. Not yet come in to hand over to Andy Tucker. There is Ollie Smith. He's recovered the Z4. The Intelligent Money sponsored car. See, coming in this time. We'll have a look what's happened there. No, just gave it too much throttle by the look of it. He was lucky not to take anybody out there and spin back across the track. One of the Ginettas taking avoiding action. Fastest lap of the race has been done by Kevin Clark at the wheel of the number 10 car. He's taken over from Simon Baker, and he's gained 8 places. I know some are thanks to pit stops. Mark Lee has now come in, incidentally. There is Kevin Clark. He's got the fastest lap of the race. He's done a 1 minute 12.103. He's passing Charlotte Birch there. He's trying to make his way back up the order. As cars ahead of him come in, Mark Lee is now in the Ginetta, so Matty Streets will take over the lead for Team Brits. There's the BMW, the purple car there. He hasn't come in, so Matty Street will lead this lap. Kester Cook in 2nd place. They're separated by about 2.5 seconds. There is Cook, the green and orange Fiesta. He's in heavy back marker traffic at the moment. That little Fiesta flying along. Stephen Chandler has come in to hand over to Glenn Stokes in the Golf. So they will relinquish the lead of Class 2 to Richard Higgins in the Porsche. Out of the pits comes the McMahon Alfa Romeo there, Giulietta. 2.8 seconds in it between Street and Cook at the line. Richard Higgins now third overall in the Porsche, but all those three, of course, have yet to stop. 37 has come in, that's Daniel Crossley in his Scirocco. White car with the green grille we've spotted out there. Should have been shared with Steve Walker, but Daniel driving solo. There's the other team, Britcar, number 71 of Luke Pound. He's about to be lapped by the number 70, the race leader. Up to fourth now is the Endurance Clio. Not running in the Clio class, running in class 2. Andy Mollison, the man on board. And the leader coming in. So number 70, Matty Streets, pulls into the pit lane. Now, is Kester Cook coming in as well, or is he going to lead this lap? No, Cook has come in as well. So Kester Cook, see at top left there, is in the pit lane behind Matty Streets. Now Higgins has stayed out. So Richard Higgins now your race leader. Number 10, really, he's reeling off the fastest laps here. 1 minute 12.091 now for Kevin Clark. He is going to re-inherit the lead when everybody has pitted, by the look of things. There's the 47 Ginetta, that's the I think Gibbons is now on board that car. Yes, Nick, I think everybody has now made their pit stops. Just checking with the timing. Yes, they have. So everybody has made their stops. Higgins, Mollison, Black, and the Jones-Taylor Golf, the last to come in. And Ivor Mayers as well, left it fairly late. Okay, so waiting for it to all cycle through now so we can see who is where, but it certainly looks as though it's going to be Kevin Clark who leads in the number 10 car. Mark Lee is likely to be in second place in the Ginetta. Now, what's his gap over Lucky Kera, who will be third? 2.5 seconds. So it's going to be close to second place. Now, let's see what the advantage is going to be for Clark, who's retaken the lead on track now, with the other cars ahead of him having pitted. What's his advantage over Mark Lee going to be? The answer is 16.3 seconds. There they go over the line. There's Lee. Clark's already gone through. So 16.3 seconds is the gap. But Lucky Kera in Jasvir Sapra's BMW is only 2 seconds off Mark Lee's Ginetta. There is the leader coming onto the hanger straights, the yellow and white BMW with the blue wing. That is your race leader, Kevin Clark, number 10. Car started on pole. Great to have Kevin Clark back in action here. He's raced in Britcar with BMWs, mainly with the Z4 over the last few years. Another man who started his career in short oval stock car racing. Also raced Eurocar back in the 90s. Remember those? The space frame Ford Mondeos, along with Barry Lee and the likes of those. Shame that series died out. A bit like British form of NASCAR almost at one time. Now there's the second place battle. There's Mark Lee. There is Lucky Kera, and Kera tries to get round the outside going into Abbey. That's for position. He's caught Mark Lee in the Ginetta. Here comes Lucky. Surely going to get through, not maybe at Village, because there's back marker traffic there. The 75 BMW of George Haynes, relayed by Dave Cox. There's Clinton Ewan in Ollie Smith's car, lapping the Cook family there, the 83 Honda Civic. Oh, and Mark Lee nearly gives Lucky Kera the shoulder there as he took the line out of Chapel, but Kera just gets his foot down and says, I'll take second place if you're going to do that. And Lucky moves up into second place, the man from Walsall in the West Midlands. Now, let's have a look at his pace relative to Kevin Clark. Clark currently lapping in the 112s. Lucky in the low 13s, so I don't think he's going to catch Kevin Clark here. They're separated by nearly 20 seconds now, so Clark is pulling away. And it's looking good for the number 10 BMW. Oh, not looking good there for Mark Lee. Got very sideways coming out of Vale. There is Mark Lee. He's got back ahead of Lucky Kera, in fact, by a considerable margin as well. So Kera has had a moment somewhere. He must have had a moment out of our sight somewhere. have we lost Lucky? The number 40 BMW, he's showing as a long way behind Mark Lee on the timing screen. He must have had a moment somewhere out of our sight, or got caught up with the back marker. So Lucky Kera must have had an issue somewhere, because he's quite a way down. We'll see if he comes through this time, see what his lap time is. There is Mark Lee in the Ginetta in second place. Wait and see if he comes through. Oh, and I put the curse of the commentator on number 39. I said that 39 of Richard Bernard was having a steady run in the Amigo Motorsport Boxster, and he's broken down. Sorry, Richard. Okay, Lucky Kera has come through, but he's nearly 11 seconds down on Mark Lee, so he's had an issue somewhere. Maybe he had an off passing some back markers. So he's still going, that's the main thing. Now, let's have a look at his pace compared to Mark Lee. He's lapping about a second a lap quicker at the moment than the Ginetta, Lucky Kera. Now, how long have we got to go? 6 minutes. Second a lap quicker. I don't think he's going to catch the Ginetta and retake second. There is the BMW. No signs of any damage to it. Class 1 cars locking out the top 6 places. Richard Higgins is 7th, leading Class 2. The Colburn brothers are heading for Clio victory. They're in 10th place overall. Great efforts by James and Ben. Class 3 is still being led by the Griffiths and Vinelmeyer. Ginetta well clear of Ivan Mayers in the Mazda. I think he may actually be a full lap ahead of him. There's Kester Cook, good steady run as always in the Fiesta, 6th position. There's Richard Higgins, he's heading for Class 2 victory. He'll have the 15-second success penalty for race 2. Puff of smoke there from the Porsche. He's got the Team Britcar behind him. That's Andy Tucker. Can he take 7th overall? They're in different classes, of course. 1 minute to go. I think they'll just get one more lap out of this. Coming up on the Scirocco there. The 37 being driven by Daniel Crossley. Crossley goes onto the grass as he tries to get out of the way there. So coming round to start his final lap this time, leading by over 28 seconds, Kevin Clark. The gap to second has come down a little more, 4.7 seconds now in it between Lee and Kera. There's the 41 Clio, reigning Clio champion, Steve and Aaron Thompson. Clock flicked to 0 just as he came over the line there, but we will get one more lap. One more lap for Lucky Kera to try and close that gap to Mark Lee. But a great drive by first Simon Baker, followed by Kevin Clark in the Woodrow run BMW 1 Series M Coupe. Baker battling superbly for the lead early on with Jasvir Sapra and Mark Lee, when Kevin Clark took over, reeled off the fastest laps in the early laps of his stint. Fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 12.091. Over 33 seconds up now, and meanwhile Kera has got the gap down to Mark Lee was slow on that last lap. He's only done a 1:17, so Kera's got the gap down to 1.5 seconds. We could see a change for second place here. Maybe Kera can do it. We will wait and see. But it's going to be a win for Simon Baker and Kevin Clark for Woodrow Racing. Here they come out of the final corner. There's the checkered flag, and the BMW 1 Series M Coupe wins it. Now, where's our second place battle? Where is Mark Lee, the Ginetta? Who's it going to be in second place over the line? Will Lucky Kera have caught him? He's got the gap down to 1.5 seconds at the end of the penultimate lap. Here he comes. Yeah, Kera's there with him, but I think Mark Lee is going to hang on. Here they are, up to the line. Mark Lee hangs on for second place, only just ahead of a very determined Lucky Kera. 0.8 of a second he got the gap down to. I think Mark Lee made a mistake on the penultimate lap or lost time in back markers, but he holds second place. Fourth position will go to Andy Stocco and Dave McDonald in car number 7. Fifth, and a lap behind, Tony Prendergast in the number 5 VW Scirocco. Class 2 will be won by Richard Higgins in his Porsche 996. 7th place overall, finishing behind Kester Cook in the Fiesta. The top 10 completed by Andy Tucker and Matty Street in the Team Britcar. Peter Spano and Andrew Bentley 9th in their Ginetta, 2nd in Class 2, and 10th place well done to the Clio winners Ben and James Colburn. Here's your results confirmed then. 33.6 seconds the winning margin in the end for Baker and Clark, and Mark Lee only just holding off Lucky Kera by less than a second for second place at the finish. The only other car on the lead lap, Stocco and McDonald's BMW. Tony Prendergast a lap down in 5th in the Scirocco, then Kester Cook in 6th. Richard Higgins a class winning 7th in his Porsche. Tucker and Street, Spano and Bentley, and the Colburns completing the top 10. The Colburns win the Clio class. Dave Cox and George Haynes in 11th, ahead of Andy Mollison and Ryan Firth. Daniel Crossley's Scirocco in 13th, ahead of the Thompsons, and the Woodards in their mini challenge car completing the top 15. '16th went to the Class 3 winners, Griffiths and Vinelmeyer. Chris Goddard 17th in his Ferrari. Colburn and Black next, then the Chandler and Stokes VW Golf, which dropped back in the closing stages, ahead of Charlotte Birch surviving a spin. It was Jay Morton and Miles Lacey next in their Clio, then Alistair Lindsay, Chris Murphy and Roland Hopkins. Ivor Mayers second in Class 3, ahead of the Cooks in their Honda Civic. Reigning champion Ollie Smith only 11th in class with Clinton Ewan in his new BMW Z4. Then the Jones Taylor Golf, the BMW of Luke Pound, the Team Brits car. Then McMahon in the Alfa Giulietta, completing the top 30, the Gibbons and Holden Ginetta.
Wow, what a finish that was to that race, and there is plenty more where that came from, trust me. Do stay with us, we'll be back after the break. And here we go then, the cars are out on the track, the anticipation builds for our second race of the day in the Britcar Endurance Trophy. It's time to head over to your commentator, he's Dave Goddard.
Kevin Clark on pole in the BMW, Mark Lee in the Ginetta alongside him. Watch for Lucky Kera. New front splitter I noticed on that BMW, starting alongside Andy Stocco. Here we go then, Britcar Endurance Championship Trophy category. 50 minutes of racing about to get underway on the Silverstone International Circuits. Red lights are on the gantry. Almost 40 cars on the grid, keeping it steady at the moment. Waiting for the lights to go out, they go out and away we go. Good start by Matty Street, trying to come through the middle in the Team Brits BMW. Lucky Kera gets a good getaway, but it is Kevin Clark who leads the way into the first corner. Kera trying to get up the inside of Mark Lee. There's the Class 2 leader, Richard Higgins in the Porsche. Placed by one of the Clios there, that was Ryan Firth. Let's hope they all get through the complex for the first time. Mark Lee has held his second place ahead of Kera. Huge variety of GTs, sports cars, saloons and hatchbacks charge their way towards Beckett's. Kevin Clark leads in the Woodrow BMW. Andy Stocco hasn't made the best of getaways there in number 7. He's dropped a few places. Anton Spires nearly contact level with Charlotte Birch as they headed through Beckett's for the first time. Not the best of starts for the 47 either of Derek Holden as the leaders head into Stowe, and Lucky Kera is up into second place. Matty Street 4th. It's Tony Prendergast in the Scirocco in 5th position as they all stream their way out. As we said earlier, where else in all of motorsport can you see a Ferrari 355 and a Smart 44 in the same race? That's Britcar, that's variety. One car that is charging through the field is the Smart 44 of Jonathan Barrett. He's made up 11 places on the opening lap, and Anton Spires as well, who had problems in race 1 and ended up retiring to the pits. He's up to 15th. Now where did he start? 31st, up to 15th on the grid. That's a sensational start by the Clio racer. Kevin Clark out front in the BMW, leading from Lucky Kehrer. Kehrer's done the fastest lap of the race though, 1:11.801 on lap 2. Mark Lee in third. These were the big three in race 1, and they pulled away again by some 5 seconds from Matty Street in the Team Brits at BMW in fourth. So over 42 minutes of the race to go. It's when there's 30 minutes to go that the pit window opens in this race. Trio of Clios battling together there. Here's the fight between Stoko and Higgins. Kevin Clark continues to lead. He's 2.5 seconds up now on Lucky Kehrer. Mark Lee third, then it's Kester Cook. This is the battle for 5th position between these 4. The Clio fight is for 9th place, and those 3 Clios we saw, not all in the same class, because Ryan Firth is one of them. He's a Class 2 car, different spec of Clio. There he is, with Anton Spires behind him, sharing with Darren Gerhardt. Goes for the inside at Beckett's. There's another Clio closing up as well. That's the 41, Aaron Thompson. They still can't dislodge Matty Street from this 5th place in the Team Britcar. Here's the Clios. This group being led by the black Clio, that's Ben Colburn, sharing with his brother James in this race, the Gardex sponsored car. Matty Street, a little bit of understeer there going into Vale, but he hangs on ahead of a very brightly coloured BMW of Stoko. Hand over to Dave McDonald. Ben Colburn dives past Lee Smart in the Gemco Boxster. Boxer, of course, sadly didn't get to race. Anthony Hutchins, number 80, bad luck to him. His engine failed in qualifying. So a couple of minutes' time, the pit window will open. Kevin Clark still with the fastest lap of the race, 1:11.650. So he's only a few tenths off his pace from race 1. Comes up on the box. A bit of a lock-up from the race leader there. Is he pushing too hard? Got a sizable lead over Lucky Kehrer. Just the one retirement so far, sadly, that being the Smarts of Rob Baker and Jonathan Barrett, but always good fun. Shame because that car was electric through the field in the early laps there in the hands of its owner Rob Baker, and then overheating problems striking, as we heard. There's your class standings. Class 1 is as overall. Class 2, Higgins leading, Ryan Firth in the Clio second, Daniel Crossley's Scirocco third. Clio class, Anton Spires from Ben Colburn, Aaron Thompson. Class 3 we've been through. Class 3 invitation, just one runner, Ivor Mayers in the Mazda MX-5. Just a few seconds until the pit window opens. The lead gap has come down slightly. Lucky Kehrer has gained a few tenths on our race leader Kevin Clark. There's the reigning champion Oliver Smith attacking Sean Woodard in the BMW Mini. There's the Cook family Honda behind them, Edward Cook sharing with Steve. And the pit window has just opened. So who's going to be the first taker? Edward Cook in 83, running second in Class 3. Well behind the Ginetta, though, of Jamie Vinnell-Meyer. Dodging about there, taking on Kester Cook in his Fiesta. He's still in fourth overall, and fourth in Class 1. Class 1 cars holding the first 7 places. There's the 72 car, the White Bridge Motorsport BMW with Roland Hopkins on board. There's Ivan Mayers ahead of it. Paul Sheard automotive run car. We have our first pit caller, it is Andy Stoko, and our second, there's Lee Smart coming in the background in the Boxster. Andy Stoko will hand over to Dave McDonald. There is the BMW. Checking something on the left front there. We said this car didn't seem to have much of the pace it did in race 1. They haven't got a pit penalty, it's a standard 2-minute stop, just checking the tyre pressures there. Dave McDonald will take over. Also in was the Peter Spano Ginetta. Andrew Bentley will take over that car. And the 67 Clio has come in. James Black will hand over to Richard Colburn. Kieran Griffin has brought his Scirocco in as well. Lee Smart handing over to Kevin Hancock in the Boxster. another of the Scirocco's coming in there. Who is that? When it hits the timing line, well, no, it's Tony Prendergast. He made an early stop in race 1 as well. He was lying 5th, got ahead of Matty Street in the Team Britcar. Tyre pressures being checked on the Canyon Racing BMW M240. There is the number 70 BMW, out gets Matty Street. In goes the fuel. Cannot refuel, of course, with the driver in the car for safety reasons. The Andy Tucker to get in. The Team Brit, a team of ex-servicemen. Great initiative, Team Brit, helping those with physical and psychological problems to overcome them through motor racing. Lead gap now up to 8.8 seconds for Kevin Clark over Lucky Kera. Mark Lee's Ginetta still in 3rd, but he's 17 seconds back now. There's our Class 2 leader, the blue Porsche, still up there in 6th overall. It's a good run by Richard Higgins. Could he be a title contender this year in that Porsche 996? Run by County Classics. Lucky Kera coming up behind him. There's Alistair Lindsay, ex-golf man in his Seat Leon. 23 minutes to go now. It's past halfway. Mark Lee's brought the Ginetta in from 3rd place. First of the big 3, if you like to stop, at the front of the field. Richard Higgins, it's the top 3 overall. There he goes over the line. Temporarily at least, he's yet to stop. Beautiful chrome blue Porsche. So cars that haven't stopped. Kevin Clark, I think, has come in this time. Yes, and Lucky Kera, they've come in on the same lap, the 2 leaders. So the leaders pit together. This is going to be interesting. 10 and the 40. We'll see who comes out ahead. Out goes the BMW Mini, Daniel Woodard. Is that the Team Brit, number 70 back in the pit lane I saw there? Or did it not leave the pits? No, it hasn't gone back out, so just spotted it there. So Andy Tucker did not go back out. Problems for Team Brit. It's a great shame because they were running in the top 5 early on. So the 2 leaders have come in. The Class 3 leader we catch a glimpse of coming in there. That's Jamie Vinolmeyer to hand over to Steve Griffiths. So this will make effectively your... Oh, and is that smoke or steam from Lucky Kera's car? Problems possibly there for the number 40, or is that just heat from the brakes? Appears to be a problem there. That could be bad news for Lucky Kera and Jasvir Sapra. Not too sure what that was all about. So this makes Richard Higgins effectively our overall race leader with those 2 cars in the pit lane. He's yet to stop. Daniel Crossley has yet to stop. Simon Green Motorsport looking on. Whether that's mechanical or whether just a bit of heat, or doesn't look like it's overheating, but seems to be coming from the right area. Ryan Firth is still out there in his Clio, so it's Class 2 cars which will be setting the pace overall, although Firth has just come in the Clio. Chris Goddard has yet to stop in the Ferrari. Alistair Lindsay in the Seat has yet to come in. And Ivor Mayers in the Mazda, there he is. So only about 5 cars now that have not yet made their pit stops. There's Ryan Firth. Out of the Clio, Andy Mollison will get in. That Team Brit's car just ahead of them there, the number 70 still in the pit lane, so problems for them. There's Daniel Crossley. Now it's the time we wait to see when everything's going to cycle back through. The 40 car is back out there. Now it's on track ahead of Kevin Clark, but if they did have additional problems there, are they a lap apart, or has Jasvir Sapra emerged ahead of Simon Baker? There they are in the background, and yes, the grey number 40 is ahead of Simon Baker's car. We'll have to wait and see what lap they're on. as they come round. How has the grey BMW had problems that it stopped? We saw that bit of steam or smoke. Did it spend longer in the pits? If not, they did come out together. That means that Jasvir Sapra has come out in front. See as they cross the timing line. Daniel Crossley has come in, so this makes the blue Porsche, there it is, Richard Higgins, your overall race leader. The Class 2 car. Come across the timing line, the two BMWs, and yes, Jasvir Sapra is ahead of Simon Baker, so he's made up that place in the pits. Daniel Crossley has come in, so when Richard Higgins comes in, this is going to make Sapra and Kehrer leaders of the race. And there's the Porsche coming in now. Number 15 disappears behind the barriers. Richard Higgins is in. From the lead of the race, Alistair Lindsay's come in as well. Chris Goddard is in. I think it's Richard Dougal taking over the Ferrari. So everybody has made their stop now, with the exception of Ivor Mayers in the Mazda MX-5. He'll be the last man to make his stop. Andy Tucker, I think, has rejoined the track after those problems in the pits. There's number 7, Dave McDonald, one of the first of the front runners to pit. There's Alistair Lindsay, the Seat. A bit of steam coming off that car as well. It's just how hard they're working these cars out there. Well, there is Simon Baker. Is he ahead of the number 40 car? I think he is. I think he's got past him, you know, out of our sight there during the pit stops. Yes, he has. There's Sapra. There's Baker. So Simon Baker is back in the lead of the race. He's pulling away from Jasvir Sapra as well. Sapra lapping in the 14s. Baker still in the 1:12s. So the number 40, the Simon Green Motorsport BMW, did lead out of the pits, but it didn't take long for Simon Baker to get back in front, so maybe the 40 car does have a slight problem. Where is your leader? Looks like everything is mostly cycled through now, so in a lap or two we'll give you the standings and the class positions. We have 12 minutes to go. There's the Canyon Racing BMW in 5th place. Donald back on the pace. 8.3 seconds now, the lead gap. Yeah, Baker's last lap nearly 2 seconds quicker than Jasvir Sapra. He has lapped everybody up to 5th place to McDonald now. Dominance from this BMW today. The BMW 1 Series M Coupe. Similar car raced by Mike Moss with his Moss Motorsport team. That's unfortunately not here this weekend. It's Kieran Griffin hassling one of the Ginettas out, the 27 of Charlotte Birch he's chasing. It's for 13th place. Donald. Very bright livery, you wouldn't miss that in a night race, would you? That's BMW. Lapping the 47 of Stuart Gibbons. There is our Class 2 leader. Good day for Richard Higgins, going for a double class victory. Ferrari still going there. There's the Team Brit BMW, that's back out, the number 70. Good to see it still running. Steve Griffiths leading Class 3 in the little Ginetta. They've had a great day, those two, Steve Griffiths and Jamie Vinol-Meyer. Behind him is the Class 2 leader. The two class leaders in one shot. Still the number 4 Clio leads their category in 9th overall. That's great from Spires and Gerhardt, largely due to all the work that Spires did in the early stages, rocketing up the order from the back. No pit penalty helped as well after their non-finish in race 1, but Darren Gerhardt's now doing the work for them. Richard Higgins flying solo in his Porsche. He's heading for a double class win, barring any disaster. How far ahead is he in Class 2, ahead of Andrew Bentley? Nearly 17 seconds. Spires holding off Daniel Crossley, that's for 9th overall. But the car he needs to be worried about is this one. James Colburn. Let's have a look at their lap times. Yeah, Colburn was a second quicker last time around, 1:17, as opposed to a 1:18.9. Needed a 117.7. We could see a change for the lead of the Clio class towards the end of this one, if he can get past Daniel Crossley in that Scirocco. That's the main focus of the class battles at the moment, and if the Scirocco goes through here up into 9th, that will remove the buffer that Darren Gerhardt has and allow James Colburn to attack him. So there, Gerhardt, you can see, working to get away and put air between him and the Scirocco as Colburn up the inside. Okay, he's got past the obstacle there. There's a car back in the pit lane. Problems for Alistair Lindsay in the Seat. He's back in the pits. There is Jasvir Sapra dropping back into 2nd place. Have we had the move made? And have we had the move made? Yes, we have. Well, coming through onto the hanger straight. Yes, James Colburn has got through. I knew it wouldn't be long as soon as he was past Daniel Crossley. Very quick driver, James Colburn, as he proved in his Mini earlier. Now it's Crossley's turn to get in Darren Gerhardt's way. They are in different classes, but enjoying a good race here. So we have a new leader in the Clio category, and it's James Colburn in the black Cataclean car. There's a couple of cars being given stop-go penalties. 5 seconds for car 316, that's Ivor Mares. And an 8-second stop-go for number 5, Tony Prendergast. Presumably there for pit stop infringements. Just got notification of those come through. Tony Prendergast in 6th place at 6th in class, and Ivor Mares have stop-go penalties to take, presumably pit stop infringements. So short pit stops. There is Ivor Mares. Every time I mention Ivor Mares, he appears on our feed. There's the 2nd place man, Jasvir Sapra, 15 seconds down now on this man, Simon Baker. A couple of laps to go now. Our final race of the weekend here at Silverstone. Flag being hung out there for car number 85, Oliver Smith and Clinton Ewan. I couldn't tell whether that was a black flag or a black and white warning flag from my position. 2 minutes to go though. It's going to be a 2nd win of the day for the number 10. It's going to be a double-double. In Britcar we had JMH Automotive's Lamborghini score a double in endurance yesterday. The trophy category, it is going to be the Woodrow BMW team. There's Mark Lee in the Ginetta. We're not seeing much of him in this race. Been a bit of a lonely race for him, apart from Lappery. He's going to take 3rd. Richard Higgins is going to win Class 2, although Andrew Bentley has got the gap down to just over 12 seconds. Main battle was in the Clio class, but it's the Colburn brothers heading for victory in that one. 15-second success penalty to overcome. It's going to be a double win for them. It's going to be a double in Class 3 for the Ginetta and in Class 2, so it's all double winners all the way in this one. 1 minute to go. There is Richard Higgins. There is our leader. Looks like it is going to possibly be checkered flag this time. Wait and see. Oh, the Team Brit BMW slowing again. More problems for Andy Tucker. Great shame for them. Where's their other car? The number 71 of Luke Pound. He's 26th, 4th in class. Simon Baker can just ease it home now. Wondering if he might have backed off so he doesn't have to do an extra lap at the end of the race. Can take the checkered flag this time. I think that's what he's trying to do. He has eased off. Well, a dominant day for the number 10 Woodrow BMW team with their BMW 1 Series M Coupe this first weekend of Britcar Endurance Championship trophy category for 2021. Won the first race at a canter. Kevin Clark started and relayed Simon Baker in race 2. And there is the checkered flag. It's a double for the Woodrow team. The BMW wins Britcar Trophy race 2. Waiting for second place to come through. Second place goes to Jasvir Sapra, sharing with Lucky Kira, 13.5 seconds down or so. Further back, Mark Lee in his Ginetta will take third position. The only other car on the lead lap will be Kester Cook in the Fiesta. What a great run he's had. Pleasingly, Team Brit Andy Tucker does make it home despite those problems. Battle here between Clinton Ewan and Richard Bernard. That's for position as well. That's for 21st place. Fight for every place to the end. Clinton Ewan takes it. Richard Bernard behind, and the Ginetta getting in on the act there as well. And Class 3 will go to the little Ginetta G20, Steve Griffiths and Jamie Vinol-Meyer. Here's your result then, provisional result confirmed. 4 cars on the lead lap. Baker and Clark ahead of Sapra, Kira, Lee third, Cook fourth, then Stoker, McDonald, Prendergast sixth, Richard Higgins seventh, ahead of Peter Spano and Andrew Bentley in their Ginetta. Colburn win the Clio class in 9th, and Daniel Crossley in his Sirocco rounds out the top 10. Anton Spires and Darren Gerhardt's great effort by them, couldn't quite hold back the Colburns. A great result to come through for 11th, though. Mollison and Firth in the Clio Endurance car 12th, Kieran Griffin 13th, Paul de Hadre 14th, the Goddard Ferrari takes 15th. Behind them, Charlotte Birch came in 16th place, ahead of the Colburn and Black, Coburn Senior that is, in their Clio 17th. Class 3 winners, Griffiths and Vinol-Meyer taking 18th place, then the Woodards 19th and 7th in class, ahead of Morton and Lacey in their Clio, completing the top 20. Smith and Ewan, reigning champion Oliver Smith 21st, ahead of Richard Bernard in the Porsche Boxster. Murphy and Hopkins behind them, then Jones and Taylor second in class in their Golf, ahead of the Cook family in their Honda Civic. Stephen Chandler and Glenn Stokes, a tough weekend for them. They made the finish in 26th place. Luke Pound 27th for Team Brits, then the Mazda of Ivan Mayers in the invitation class, and we lost Alistair Lindsay I think late on there. Barry McMahon behind him in the Alfa Giulietta. Behind them the Gibbons, Holden, Ginetta, Tucker and Street in the BMW after problems at the pit stop, and 3 retirements, the Thompson Clio, Hancock and Smart in the Boxster, and of course the Smart 44 of Baker and Barrett. Okay, let's head down then to Steve Jameson down in Parc Fermé, talk to some of the drivers.
Yeah, down here in Parc Fermé with our winners, Simon Baker, Kevin Clark. A huge congratulations. That is overall a very successful day, I would say. How do you two reflect on it?
Great, yeah, real fantastic day, beautiful day for racing, so real good.
And some lovely driving out there from the pair of you. It seemed to go pretty flawlessly from the outside. How do you guys reflect on it?
It was a bit touch and go when I went out. It was a bit dicey, but yeah, really enjoyable. But the track was really slippy, to be fair, so took a bit of getting used to, but it's real good fun.
Kevin, you were out off the start in this second one. You had the task of bringing it home first time round. Start is always a bit of a dicey one with such a packed grid. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was tricky. I mean, it sounds easy when you just go off the front and just slowly pull away, but it's not, because everybody's using you as the braking area, so you do have to be cautious with it, but I think I did a great job. It helps when you've got a fantastic car. I mean, Woodrow Motorsport built a fantastic car. It's just you really struggle to better that within its class. It's just like the best thing. I mean, I've driven a few cars in this class, and by far the best thing I've ever driven.
And from your guys' perspective, obviously it's first weekend back, first run of the season in the Britcar Trophy. Obviously it's tough to get much better than that as a weekend goes, but how much have you enjoyed being back this weekend?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, Britcar is so professional, so it's just the place to be at the moment with racing. So real good.
Well, we wish you a very big congratulations. Of course, we can't wait to watch you again at the next one, and get back to the lab and enjoy the celebrations.
Great, yeah.
Well, to the winners go the spoils. Big congratulations to Kevin and Simon. What a flawless weekend it has been for them. It doesn't get much better than 2 from 2. They lead the trophy after weekend number 1. We've enjoyed your presence here at Silverstone just as much as I dare say they've enjoyed it. We'll see you again very, very soon when Britcar Trophy returns. Until then, it's goodbye.